People, it is Joe, all Leeds TV. How is everybody doing? Hello, hola, all that jazz. It's Monday night football time. What a weekend we have had. To be a Leeds fan right now, you are absolutely bouncing. Let's be honest, great weekend. It all started great with the fact that Millwall were able to pick up a point at Bramall Lane, and you know, it just was brilliant, wasn't it? I mean, being in the fan zone, I've already spoken about it in the post-match, so I won't go too much on about it, but just being in there and the fact that Millwall had a penalty and then they missed the penalty, but then they go on and Cooper gets a late goal for them, and it's 1-1. What a weekend. And then obviously Norwich dropped points as well away at Wigan, which I will touch on later on in the stream, because as we all know, Wigan is our next opponent, and I have my thoughts on that, and I want to be able to put them out to you guys and see what you guys think about Wigan and the prospects. We have got, just a few things to cover, really. The fact that Sheffield United play Forest earlier than ourselves on Friday. I'll run through the next 4 fixtures. There's a shout out to LUFC Fan Zone as well, who has also hooked me up with this lovely phone case, Wainman 23 on the back, and I've also got the away strip. Nice. And if you haven't already, check them out. As I say, they're on Instagram, Twitter and all that stuff, so they do some really good stuff. And also Norwich as well. We'll touch briefly on Norwich. The reason I don't want to go too much into Norwich is I want us to sort out Sheffield United first. Let's get Sheffield United out of the way, because in my own opinion, my humble opinion, I think we could be out of sight within the next 2 games. Genuinely. You might call me crazy, but it's just my thoughts. What I do want to do is obviously have a look into your comments and stuff, because as I say, there's quite a lot of yous already on board. I think we've got 86 people watching. I was having a look while I was waiting for the stream to come on. Shout out David Brooks. I agree with him. He says it is our time. He's been a Leeds United supporter for quite some time. He's got family, 3 sons who also support the mighty Leeds. It's a family affair, isn't it, at the end of the day? Can't wait till my boys for him. We can get in there. My voice is a little bit hoarse still from the weekend, if you're wondering why I've got that gruffle and a bit of a cough as well, so my apologies. Yeah, see, there's a lot of stuff in here. People saying, Wigan looked good against Norwich. Yes, they did. For me, the reason behind that is because Wigan are good at home. Prior to the Norwich game, I think the last time Wigan were actually beaten at home was against Sheffield United in January, and Sheffield United were on a good run of form then. They're no mugs at home. Now, I think it was Conor who said to me, yeah, but they have the similar sort of results they do away. But I just think they're a totally different animal at home as they are away. And that's why on Friday I'm not worried. You might think, Joe, you're being crazy, keep your mouth shut, jinx it. I mean, that does my head in, The amount of people that assume that if you make a comment, you're going to jinx it. Like, I wish I had that power, do you know what I mean? But honestly, I'm not worried about Wigan at home, I'm not. And I fancy us to win, and I fancy Sheffield United to drop points against the Blades. Sorry, Sheffield United to drop points against Forest, even though they are at home. Listen, Sheffield United are without key men. Billy Sharp's injured. I believe Duffy might have picked up a knock as well. Basham injured. Egan, red card. It's going to be very tough for them now. And speaking to a few Sheffield United fans that are fans of the channel, rightly so, they're a bit downbeat at the moment. And they seem to think it might be over as well. I don't know if you watch some of the fan channels. There was a right clown as well on one of them. He basically said that Leeds don't deserve it because we get, what did he say, sneaky peeky. He said you get sneaky peeky players in the door like Wolves. I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Which players of Leeds United have got sneaky peeky in the door, whichever that means? Do you know what I mean? We only bought, what, Barry Douglas, Patrick Bamford and a few loans, so don't give it all that sneaky peeky stuff. Someone actually said it was my brother. My Sheffield United supporting brother. But yeah, but what I'm going to do, like I do always, as I say, I'm a little bit tired today, so apologies, but I'm going to jump into your comments and see what we've got going on in here. And as you all know, I'm always a little bit behind because I like to get through as many of your comments as possible, because you've taken the time to watch the stream, to give us the support. So I like to, you know, go through and give all of you as much of a shout out as I can. While you are also here as well, the link will be in the description for the Football Blogging Awards. I know I mentioned it before and I've continued to do so, but the voting closes on the 21st of April, so if you could get your votes in for us, that would be great. And that's going to take place on the 9th of May at the Etihad in Manchester, so I'm really looking forward to that. And that's, you know, lots of thanks to you guys who watch the channel, who give us support. Even this weekend, the post-match, my post-match has done really well. The guys' post-match pint has absolutely smashed it. It's a format that you all like, and Oscar and Conor did really well on that. So make sure you check that out as well, because it was a really good watch. And then, of course, Fan Cam with Tash has smashed it as per. So make sure you watch that as well, guys. But let's go on. So we've got Scribe Beat says, until promotion is secured, I'm not going to get too excited. I can sort of agree with you. I understand that, but as a lot of you guys know, sorry, I'm really sorry. As a lot of you guys know, I've been saying it's our time for quite some time now. I'm excited and rightly so. I should be. You know, it's our time, man. It's been what, 15 years, a long time. Everything's seen this season. That documentary they're doing is going to be some watch, because the trials and tribulations that we as a club have had to go through this season, the amount of injured bodies, some of the great comebacks, the way it swung for and against towards the end of the season. Even yesterday, for example, Saturday. You can tell I'm a bit groggy. Even Saturday, for example, the way that the drama of Millwall missing a penalty, and you're thinking, and the way that Kieran Westwood played in goal and we managed to get the win. Previous seasons, that doesn't happen, and that's why on Friday, for me, we beat Wigan, and we beat them. I know they're fighting for their lives, but I think we'll beat Wigan, and I think we beat them well, personally. If we play even anywhere close to the way we played against Sheff Wednesday, we absolutely hammer Wigan. And you guys in the comments might be going, what are you talking about? They're going to be tough. They might be tough, but for me, if we're away, I would be more worried. I just think at Ellen Road, the atmosphere that was generated on Saturday, it'll be a similar sort of atmosphere on Friday. You know, by the time kickoff comes around, Blades might have dropped points against Forest. You know, don't get me wrong, Forest are on a great run of form. They've lost the last 4 on the bounce, so that's not great form. And some of them against poor sides. I think they've lost to Rotherham. But again, they're fighting for their lives, so but then that sort of contradicts what I've just said about Wigan. But I just think we'll beat Wigan comfortably. Then Brentford isn't a happy hunting ground for Leeds United. Sorry. And I'll take a point at Brentford. I'll take a point at Brentford all day, and then win at home against Villa, and we're all on the pitch and we're going up. And then we'll assess where we're at that point, see what Norwich have done, and let's go for the title. Remember, I told you guys, man, it's our time, man. Honestly, you know, there has been stages during this season when I'm thinking, wow, Joe, you're gonna be in for one hell of a battering. Even off, you know, not just off my mates, but people that watch this as well. There'll be opposing fans that'll watch this that'll want to hammer me, which I can understand. But look at, you know, fortunately for me, I think it's gonna come true. Just call me Nostradamus. And it's about time, isn't it? We deserve it, man. We absolutely deserve it. It's been a long, painful period while we've been out of the Prem, but we're going to be back. My man Barkers has just shouted out with give us £5 there, so I'll get that read as well on the super chat. So he said, thank you for providing us with the quality content this season. Know just how hard you guys work. Thank you so much for that, Barkers. You're a top lad. He's been a champion of the channel, and like I say, when we come to the end of this season, you know, we'll be so grateful for what you guys have done. You know, you regulars that have been there from the start and continue to be there, you know, and it's quality. You know, I now, without going off, I now have friends that I have made through this channel, you know what I mean, and it's made my Leeds family sort of bigger and grow. You know, I can go to games now, and not that I didn't before, but I would go with my pals. Now I just go to games and I can speak to, you know, there's so many people there, and you know, it's just been awesome, man. It's been awesome being involved. And, you know, Barkers, thank you for watching, mate. Thank you, guys, everyone who's watching this. Thank you for watching, because you don't know how much it means to us. Listen, at the end of the day, you know, you've got three lads and a lass that just love this club. And obviously Claudio as well. Claudio in the background. Big shout out, Clouds. But basically, we're just talking about what we love. Listen, I would do this with my friends. You know, I would do the heading at work. I would just football. So to be able to do it on this platform, and not only that, I have people like you guys watching and actually sort of like enjoying what I'm saying. Not all the time, but some of the time. Claudio, I've just seen you put a comment. Make sure you share it on social media, pal. But yeah, it's just been awesome. Like, listen, come end of season when we go up, you can imagine Monday Night Football, Wainman will be crying. I'll have a box of tissues, and it won't be for that. I use a sock for that. Sorry, my bad. Nah, it's just been great, guys. Honestly, I'm so grateful, and I know I echo the same as Tash, Claudio, Conor, and Oscar. You know, it's been quality. So back to your comments. Sort of rambled a little bit there. Who as well? Like, listen, do you know what else I wanted to touch on as well? And I will get to your comments. But what about Tyler Roberts, man? How good has Tyler Roberts been? You know, he was sort of thrown in and amongst it. If I remember last season when we signed him and he didn't get a game, and did this guy even exist? And then obviously we had the injuries to Roof and Bamford. And then he played against Millwall. He missed a few opportunities. Then I think he scored against Preston. Jake Jervis. Sorry, see, I'm dedicated man. I'm ill and I'm coming on. He's put hashtag all Leeds TV, best fan channel ever. Stuff the rest. We all fucking love Leeds. Yes, man, my man. Thank you so much, Jake Jervis. That means so much, mate. Like I say, without you guys, you know, we won't be able to do that. So it's just been absolutely class. But yeah, the reason I wanted to touch on Tyler Roberts was when the player of the season came out, young player and obviously player, I voted for Jack Clark. And the reason that was, you know, I just felt he's homegrown talent. Tyler Roberts has been good in patches, but at the time, but since then, my God, I wish I could change my mind. And that's no slight on Jack Clark. I just think Tyler Roberts deserves the Young Player of the Year. And if people haven't already voted, then I recommend you do that. I know he's not one of your own, and I said this in the group chat. I thought Tyler Roberts will always struggle to win it because he's up against Jamie Shackleton and Jack Clark, the homegrown talent. But based on recent performances, he's got to win it. But has the voting come out too soon? Because at that time, yes, he'd been playing well, but I think a lot of us would have gone for Jack Clark. Let me know in the comments. I think now if they reopened it, I'd go Tyler Roberts all day long. I think I seen someone tweet out looking for a song. Someone wanted to come up with a song for Roberts. I mean, some of them that were mentioned were really, really poor. But I did like one. I think it was the best anyway. I mean, I'm not saying it'll get chanted, but it was, he's magic, you know. Roberts the Welsh Ronaldo. Which was probably the best. But Ronaldo scum, so I can't really go for that. Unless we pretend it's R9. Then it won't be so bad. But yeah, Tyler Roberts, just shout out. Absolutely quality. Right, as you all know, I'm going to be well behind in your comments, especially because I've rambled for quite a little bit now. My apologies. But let's get back to some of your stuff. So we've got David Brooks and Ellis B chatting about their support. Like David Brooks says, lifelong Leeds support, 50 years. Ellis B, same here. David, 55 years, was born 5 minutes walk from the ground. I poo white and blue and yellow. Fair play. Sorry. Cellar Dwellers has said Wigan looked good against Norwich. Yes, they did. They are good at home. Super LUFC said they are good at home. They were good when we went there. I remember when we went there, I thought it'd be a struggle. I think when we went there, they'd only lost a couple, even dating back to when they were in League One. I think the last time they'd actually lost at home at that time was back in League One against Blackpool. I might be wrong. Have a look, guys, but I know they were on quite a run when we turned up, and obviously we won 2-0 that day. Sorry, 2-1. There was that free kick, wasn't there? I don't know if it was Reece James that scored it. But yeah, it probably shouldn't have gone in, to be fair. But I believe we had BPF at that point, and that's no dig on BPF. He's just not as good as Kiko. But yeah, and I just think at home we beat them. We beat them for me. So let's have a look. Chris Cleggon says Wigan will be tough. You know my thoughts on that, and I'll tell you in my pre-match. I know that Conor and Oscar are sort of on the flip side to me and said they can't be taken lightly. That's not what I'm doing. I wanna, definitely put that out there, because I could end up with egg on my face. I mean, like I say, I was talking to a Blades fan earlier on, and he sent me his predictions and had us getting a point. And I think a lot of that is just because they've just took points off Norwich, but they were at home, and they weren't against Leeds, who for me are flying. If you look at that Chef Wednesday performance, we're flying. I know it's only one game, but we were unreal. Unreal. One of the best performances of the season, I'll say it. One of the best atmospheres of the season, without a doubt. So trust me, they'll be up for this game against Wigan. They have to be. We need them to be, and we as fans will be. And I just think we'll be too much for them. I think it was Paul Cook even came out and said before that one of the best teams he's ever played, ever managed against, ever seen. He gave us really good props after we beat them. And that has to play a part in it as well. That has to play a part in it, because Paul Cook I know he's a manager, but he's like, fucking hell, we've got Leeds United next. They were absolutely unreal last time in terms of the way they moved the ball. And it'll be much the same, and I think we beat them at home, and I think all eyes will be on Forest against Blades, because like I was speaking to another fan of the channel earlier on the old computer, and we could have it tied up by Brentford, which is mad. And then we can look ahead to Norwich and see where they're at, guys, because like I say, big shout out as well. There's currently 200 people watching this. It's just come through. That's absolutely amazing. So thank you everyone that's watching. And if you haven't already, make sure you click the link in the description. There should be the description there for the Football Blogging Awards. If it isn't, Claudio will put it in. And basically, we've been nominated for best new content creator. So please vote for us. Like I say, that's the voting closes on the 21st of April. Be absolutely unreal. Leeds go up as champions. Talking Shut win the best podcast, and all Leeds TV win best new content creator. Fingers crossed that happens. Let's go through some more of your comments then. So Stephen Darcy says 4-0 Friday. Super LUFC said could go 6 point clear Friday. Imagine that. Yeah, huge. Derek Burgess, evening pal, best wishes to you and all in the chat. All things Leeds, we could be promoted after Monday. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because listen, Sheffield United, if they drop points against Forest, they've then got to go to Hull away, when they, will be absolutely on the floor if they don't pick up maximum points from Forest. And then we could be... Brentford's a tough place to go, but believe me, if we need to win that game to seal promotion, we're winning that game. There we go. Joseph Tiffany says, Southampton want KP, but Leeds want no less than 20 million for him. If we go up, we're not selling him. Believe me, Bielsa will not have that. Renos up the Wainman. Now then, all things Leeds. If Sheffield United don't get 3 points or more and we win both games, then we're up. Exactly. And then Super LUFC says, imagine being promoted before the Villa match. Ellen Road will be mental. Exactly, leading up to it, at the end of it, on the pitch, lap of honour, all that jazz. But we don't know where Norwich will be at that point. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. So Norwich haven't looked great, have they? The last two. What was it? They dropped points against Reading, dropped points against Wigan. I'm not sure who Norwich's next game is. I haven't bothered to write the fixtures, and the reason I haven't done that is because I just want to sort out second first. Let's sort out second. Let's put the Blades to the sword. They look beat. Wilder's going on, and I know Blades TV are watching this. Apologies, but this is just my thoughts. Wilder's going on Kevin Keegan-esque rants. I don't want to dig out the players, but then proceeds to dig them out anyway. Mentions us after dropping points at Birmingham. His head's gone. And they're without key players. I mean, Blades TV's in the chat. Correct me if I'm wrong. Egan's out, Basham's out, Sharp's out, and I believe Duffy might have picked up a knock as well. There's key players out of that side. So there we see. Super LUFC, it was going mad in Leeds when Millwall stuck that one in. Yeah, I was in the fan zone. It was absolutely bouncing. It made the atmosphere inside Ellen Road just up a notch. It was quality. Ed says it's well known fact that Wigan play like Barca at home and Stockport away. Jack Glennie, go on Joe, it's our time, the only reason I'm here. Keep up the top content, brother. It is our time, Jack. Thank you for your support. Another one. J Armies, another one, you know, continuous. Jack Jarvis, hey up Mucko, we told them it's written in the stars. Exactly. You know, Buster Vlog says, very good podcast, marching on together, thank you very much. You know, the amount of messages I did get after the Chef Wednesday performance and win was, wow. You know, actually, Joe, I think it is our time. Actually, I do believe. And I'm not saying that, I've just been championing it for quite some time. I think it was after the Villa game when I did that video where I was like, doubt us now, it's our time, we're going up. And it was the same again after Sheffield United, the same again after Blackburn. It just felt, for me, like it was written, you know. That's why we've got to go up, because I get absolutely battered. LUFC 03 says, evening Joe, Sharp and Basham predicted to not play for the rest of the season. Egan has a 3-match ban. I believe it's a 1-match ban, but it is looking very promising, you are, mate. Ed says they won't, Dave. They have the worst away record this season. Is that true, Ed? Do they have I know they're really poor away from home. I do know that. And a lot of their good results come at home, and that's why I'm not worried on Friday. I just think we'll have too much for them. Listen, I think it was Dr. Frost said that I was hyping up Chef Wednesday too much in my post-match because I'd said they're a very good side. Look, they'd only lost 1 in 13. We did make them look ordinary, but believe me, they are a good side. You don't lose 1 game in 13 in this division if you're not a good side. You could see defensively they were really good. Hector was quality. You know, Barry Bannon was good. You know, the Reach went off injured, which was a plus. They have a very good side, and we had them chasing shadows. Some crazy Chef Wednesday fan, and I put this out on my social media, said I was talking absolute bollocks and said that Chef Wednesday matched us in the first half, which was mental. Like he must have been smoking the wacky backy. And then said that they dropped too deep in the second half, which is why we beat them. And I was like, mate, even Steve Bruce, who's a diehard Manc, came out and said, listen, they were too good. You know, you cannot tell. If anything, I thought we were better in the first half. I was gutted when it was half-time because they'd switched ends and it meant that they were shooting to the south stand. I was gutted because I'd enjoyed that first half that much. Having all the bodies around me, obviously being a season ticket holder, you go through the pain with the people around you. You're with them game in, game out. You might not know any of the names, but you just have that little view at each other as if to say, you know, and that's what it was like. Genuinely, there was, when we scored, bodies everywhere. I was on the deck. It was unreal. But anyway, I've gone off point. It was just back to that Chef Wednesday fan who basically said they matched us in the first half. Give over. Do you know what I mean? It's absolutely crazy. Super LUFC on the Super Chats put, best part of Monday night football are these live streams. Sorry it went off. I'm going to have to scroll all the way down on my phone because, as you know, I'm always miles behind, but I promise I will get to your comments. Yeah, Super LUFC says, best part of Monday night, these live streams. Hashtag the stars are aligned. Cheers, mate. That means so much. You know, the best part of my Monday as well. I absolutely love doing these. They're absolutely quality. Thank you for your support, guys, and chucking that in. And, you know, that money, I guess I mean, I don't drink, so I guess I'll buy myself a Coke. Or I'll get Oscar a mic. It's a bit of joke, Oscar. Just a bit of joke. But let me scroll all the way back up now. I do apologise. Check out that as well while we're there, while we're scrolling. That's from LUFC Fan Zone. I got absolutely battered for that off Conor. The fact that I have Calvin Phillips' number and my name on. It was actually LUFC Fan Zone that said to me, we'll make it personalised. Just tell us what number. Well, KP's my boy. The mop. So I chose the mop. It is what it is. Oh, I think I've not been able to go that far back. I'm that much in it that I can't go that far back. But let's have a look. Andrew Batty says, Phil McCracken up front for Wigan. He. Listen, there's a guy that says that all the time now. The Phil McCracken was a couple of months ago. You had your fun. You got me. Well done. It won't happen again. I say that. Don't start writing them in the comments, for God's sake. Joe Madigan says, if we do get promoted, where do you think we'll need to strengthen? Honestly, I've not even done that. But what I will do, I mean, if we do get promoted, we'll have so much planned for the summer. In terms of all Leeds TV, and we'll be able to give you that sort of give you that insight, if you will. Oh my God, the Smith Selvis has tried with a possible signing. Ed says, when will there be an actual pint in post-match pint? I don't know, mate. We do it after the game, so it's a struggle. I mean, to be honest, we wanted to go over to the Peacock a few times, but as you can imagine, currently, after certain results, the Peacock's no good for sound, mate. You know what I mean? It's absolutely bouncing in there. But yeah, maybe I'll take a flask or something and take a mug and we'll call it, I don't know. Fuck knows. It doesn't really matter, does it, Ed? Let's be honest. But I know you like to be pedantic, so I'll let you continue. Peter Kov says, greetings from Hungary. Now then, mate, I'd say it in Hungarian, but I just genuinely don't know. Let's have a look. Leeds Media has shouted, shout out to LUFC Fan Zone. If you lot want your own cases, he's the top lad to go to. Joe, you're doing a mint job, pal. Keep it up, marching on together. Thank you very much, Leeds Media. Listen, Leeds Media is the place to go for streams. I always go on Leeds Media. Top lads as well. Always supported the channel. You know, and like I say, thanks for your continued support. And like I always go to Leeds Media for my stream. So anybody's that's not in that group, get in that group. Because that's where you best go for the streams. Benjamin Thornton, we're going fucking up, Joe. Yes, I'm right with you there. The Smith Selvis, absolutely love all Leeds TV. After Phil Hay and Adam Pope and the official club sources, all Leeds TV is my Leeds fix sorted. We are going up. Thank you so much for that. Listen, to be even named in the same breath, I've seen it a few times on Twitter, and you do take it with a pinch of salt, but the fact that a lot of you are coming to the channel and actually, you know, using us as a source of knowledge, especially people that are outside of the country, it means the absolute world to us. Listen, you know, we'll give it you straight, you know, like, it's not BS, you know, it's not ITK stuff. We just tell you how it is from a fan's perspective. We come across, I hope, how a lot of yous feel, and are able to articulate that, you know what I mean? So the fact that you come to us for that sort of stuff is amazing. It's the same with the podcast, you know, I listen to the same sort of podcast. You know, you've got the Square Ball, Talking Shut, LS11, you know, all Leeds. I watch Conor and Oscar, you know, I've got notifications on Phil. So even to be named in them in the same circles as that, thinking about where we come from at the start of this season, it's absolutely amazing. And it's just going to continue to grow. Premier League, here we come, you know, and I cannot wait. And obviously Ed, of course, at All Things Leeds, I can see he's put a little kind of face. To be fair, Ed did some great work. I think he was involved with LS11 when they did the interview with Wilco, which was very, very good. I listened to it on the morning of the Chef Wednesday game, and it was a really good listen, and Ed was involved in that, so bravo, and make sure you give that a listen. Total Leeds, good luck at the awards, see you there, and keep up the good work. Thank you so much for your support, mate. I know on Twitter you actually put out a tweet with ourselves and Talking Shut included. You know, you did that off your own back, so thank you so much for that, Total Leeds. And you know, I don't have a face to the name Total Leeds, but make sure you come over and make sure you say hi. Like you say, all Leeds our way at the end of the day, and that's one thing about Leeds. It's an awesome family, you know what I mean, and that's what I meant earlier when I mentioned about the channel. So many people I've met, and it's been absolutely amazing, you know, and long may the ride continue, and hopefully to the Premier League. Not hopefully, definitely, because it's happening. Ed, speaking of podcasts, yes, mate, I'm on it. We are going to go. onto Ed's All Things Leeds podcast. I said we would, if the other guys can make it and that, but I will make an appearance 100%, because I like doing it. I like talking about Leeds, you know, it is what it is. But let's go way back. Sorry about this, guys, but I will get to some of your comments. Northallerton White, some fans near where I was sat in the East Stand on Saturday were giving Bamford and particularly Alioski some stick. What is wrong with these people? We are going up. What have they got to moan about? Yeah, do you know one thing that really annoyed me about the Bamford situation? Yeah, it's PG Ed. I promise that. I know when to switch it on and switch it off. I don't just swear all the time. Just when you guys are watching, so just give it how I am as a person, but yeah, I know when to switch it on. But anyway, that's off point. Going back to Northallerton White's comments, he's a great, you know, supporter of the channel as well. He also mentions us on Twitter. When I was at the Preston game, I turned to Conor. Obviously, we went with Conor. Claudio was there as well. And I said, why are they, you know, when he scored in the warm-up and they were cheering, I said, what is going on? That's not getting you anywhere. And you know what? It reconfirmed my thoughts because Bamford mentioned it after the game. So it gets to them. So to even do that's crazy. On the actual Saturday game, I thought Bamford had a good game. Alioski, decision-making again. I picked out one negative from the game itself was the fact we started to drop deep in the last 5, letting Westwood have the ball, bringing it out and kick it. But another one, and it is only a slight one, Alioski's decision-making at times is criminal. There was one in the first half when it was such an acute angle up against Westwood, and Westwood's come out, and he's hit the shot when he could have squared it. And it's gone flying over, and it was a goal kick. And I said to my mate at the time, I says, I cannot compute how that's a goal kick. How has he managed to 9-iron that at such an acute angle to actually miss Westwood and go out? Do you know what I mean? From that, so there is that thing in his game sometimes. You know, if you compare him with Clip, for example, who was a bit more composed, such a good footballing brain, we'll bring it down, have a look, lay someone in. Alioski just hit it and it went fucking 9-iron chip. And it was harder to, you know, just from where he was, I was like, I cannot believe that hasn't hit Westwood and isn't a corner. Do you know what I mean? But yeah, that's that. I guess. Yes, people don't have a lot to moan about Northallerton White, but you know, as football fans, we're fickle. We're always going to do that. Any football fan who says they're not fickle, we all are. Do you know what I mean? Listen, before the game. Against Preston, I was saying, look, the change was Bamford for Roof, and look what happened. Do you know? Bamford scored 2 goals. I was saying Shackleton for Ayling when Ayling was going through a bad patch. How wrong was I? Because ultimately Ayling in the last probably 7 games has been absolutely immense. You can't fault his performance. Yeah, he's been absolutely immense, and that's why I'm sat in my garage, or Armley as some like to think. And Marcelo Bielsa is one of the greatest coaches that ever walked this earth. Facts, people, facts. Wainman deals in facts. Let's have a look then. Let's keep going down. All Blades TV's in there. LUFC Van Zone. I always get that Van Zone. It's LUFC Fan Zone. Who are you backing in the playoffs if Leeds go up automatically? Who would you want to go up, and who do you think will go up? Honestly, you might think I'm crazy. Who do I want to go up? It would be Sheffield United, just because I like Chris Wilder. I respect Sheffield United as a club. I know they're a Yorkshire club and there's a little bit of rivalry there. But out of them that would be in there, I would prefer Blades. Who do I think will go up? Aston Villa. And they're a huge club as well. But they just seem to be absolutely firing under Dean Smith. So, there we go. Right, EFL Championship Tour says, and this is in reference to the Young Player of the Year, he says he hasn't voted about for the Young Player of the Year yet, but he can't choose between Clark and Roberts. Mate, I've told you I already chose Clark. In hindsight now, after current performances, Roberts all day. So if you haven't, choose Roberts. Not to swear you anyway, but Roberts has been unreal. I was a bit surprised on Saturday that KP picked up man of the match from Sky, because for me I thought Roberts should have got it. He deserved the goal. The only thing missing from that game was a goal. Someone said in my comments after the post-match that he's goal shy, which I suppose, you know, he hasn't scored as many as he'd like, and I know he's already said in the press conference he wanted to score more, but he's not goal shy. He has a goal. He was just wide with an effort just outside, and how Kieran Westwood saved the first opportunity from that header from point blank range is beyond me. Let's go Will Hartley now then, Joe. Who do you think will go through the playoffs, or who do you want to? I've just said that on. Let's have a look. Dars all Leeds away. I hope they show the Ipswich game in Millennium Square. Limbs fucking everywhere. Yeah. I think by that point, hopefully, we could already be promoted. I've heard today or seen bits on social media that apparently one of the stands that Ipswich Town have stopped selling in for home fans, and there's noise that they might just give the whole stand to Leeds fans, which would mean 7,000. If that is genuine possibility, it'd be very smart to do so. Not just because I might be able to get a ticket, but listen, regardless of how big the attendance or how many tickets we get, Leeds fans are going to turn up regardless. So from a policing situation, it is in their best interest to say, let's give them a full stand, let's get them in, let's contain it. Because believe me, if you've only got 2,000 people in there and Leeds start winning and there's loads of people outside of that ground, without saying, this isn't just Leeds fans, it's a recipe for disaster, in my opinion. So it'd be very smart for the club, Ipswich and the Suffolk Police Force or whatever, to say, you know what, let's just give them this full stand. And the atmosphere would be absolutely rocking. Ipswich would get loads of money in the door. You know, you're going down to League One. You know, why not make it a last day a memorable one and have an atmosphere that you can probably appreciate. And it'd just be very smart. Super LUFC, I actually do want Sheffield United to go up, just not in second place. The big Yorkshire clubs need to be in the Prem, agreed. Let's have a look. Craig Stone, Norwich have been poor the last two games. When I've key players missing like Buendia, they ain't great. Yeah, I think it was Conor that Claudio, that actually told me. I think when Buendia's been missing, Norwich haven't won a game. I don't know if that's right, but I was told that. Yeah, Gary Keaton says, I think you're right. We'll beat Wigan 3 or 4. Quinn, thoughts on the Norwich draw and what it could mean for our next match. Listen, I'm not worrying about Norwich. I still think they might be a little bit too far, but let's see what kind of result Norwich get in their next game. Obviously, it's only 4 points now. Let's get Blades out of the way. Like a lot of people say, don't worry about what other teams are doing, just concentrate on yourselves. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, let's worry about Blades first. Let's get them out of the picture, which come Brentford they may be. Easter Monday could be a massive, massive day for us. Sorry guys. Easter Monday could be absolutely huge. And then once Blades are out of the picture, then we'll have a look at Norwich. And a lot of people might watch this stream and stuff and think, what's he talking about? It's not done yet. And I know probably Conor and that might think that, because I know we just have a difference of opinion when it comes to this sort of stuff. But I am that confident. I am confident that we're going to beat Wigan well. And I think Sheffield United could drop points against Forest. I remember in the build-up to when we had the last international break, thank you, Leeds Media have just put out a tweet asking people to come over to the live stream, so thank you very much for that, buddy. Yeah, so I'd said in during the international break, in the run-in to the last 6 or 7 games or whatever it was at that time, I'd said Wigan could beat Norwich. They're very good at home. And I got laughed at. People put in the comments, you're crazy. But look, you know, they nearly did get a result. I mean, they almost sneaked one at the end, but it was just offside. So, you know, and I do think Forest, although they've lost 4 on the bounce, Blades without some key personnel. And Forest are no mugs, regardless of if you look at the most recent results, they're no mugs. If they have a good game, they're on it. And the pressure, and I just think they're losing it a little bit, Blades. You know, I speak to a few fans, and they're on that same thinking. You know, you watch their FanTube network, a lot of them think it's done. You know, so So we shall see. We shall see. All Leeds TV. So the links are pinned on our socials. So make sure you head over to our social media now if you can, and vote for us in the Football Blogging Awards. It'd be absolutely unreal if you could do that for us. Best new content creator. Russ Mason, Hull fan here. Hope we do you a favour versus Sheffield United on Easter Monday. Thank you very much, Russ. I do really like Hull. I thought, to be fair, you've got it right at Ellen Road, and you did a bit of a job on us. Jared Bowen, what a talent. I like Grzycki as well. And I hope you do us a job as well, mate. And I feel you could. And the mad thing is, the way these games are panned out. Obviously, Sheffield United play first. They play 12:30 against Forest on Good Friday, which I can't wait for. I'm already counting the days down. This is the great thing at the moment as well. I just want it to be Friday, you know. It's not a case of, oh, you've got to go to a match with 13th, man. Let's get this out of the way. Let's think about next season. It's so exciting right now, you know. And I'm off work as well at the time. I've took the week off because I've got the kids, Easter holidays. And I'm just like, oh, wow, please be Friday, please be Friday. And then we've got a game on Monday. Quick turnaround, quality, unreal. Unfortunately, I could have gone to Brentford, but just logistically, living in Sunderland, working on Tuesday, having a long week with the kids, I'll be absolutely beat. Logistically, it's a nightmare for me. So I won't be able to get to Brentford, but, you know, we'll all be able to get a stream. But, yeah, back to what my original point is. You know, Forest, Sheffield United play first, and it's the same again on Monday. Hull, Sheffield United are on at 3 o'clock, and we're the tea time kickoff for Sky, I believe, at 5:15. So, you know, it's in our hands, and I guess at the time when these changes were made, a lot of Leeds fans looked at it as, oh man, that's going to be so much pressure. But it's turned out it's worked for us, for me. You know, on Saturday it worked for us 100%. The atmosphere was absolutely bouncing. You know, it was absolutely bouncing. And it was the same again. You know, the players seem to thrive on that as well. And let's hope that happens again. You know, on Good Friday. I can't wait, honestly, guys. Frankie220 says, I think we should stop saying we'll beat teams 4-0. We've been beaten before with this kind of attitude. This is the sort of stuff that I take umbrage with. How is us saying we'll win 4-0 affecting the players? And because I just scratch my head, because I guess it's because I try to be positive, and I do feel like this, and people sometimes have a go and say, you're talking shit, why are you so, don't be like that, you're jinxing it. I tell you what happened at the Wednesday game, it was hilarious. There's about 4 people round me, and we'd gone 1 up, and I turned to him and I said, guys, you do realise that we've not lost from going in front. And they all went, shut up man, don't jinx it, what you on about? Hang on a minute, man. I don't have that power. Do you know what I mean? If I did, we'd win every game. We'd have won the Champions League. Do you know what I mean? So to say, and I'm not digging anybody out, but you're saying we've been beaten before with this kind of attitude. We're not playing. We're just fans. You have positives, you have negative. Everyone's entitled to their opinion. If I'm playing and I'm pulling on the white shirt on Friday and I'm going, we're going to batter these. No worries, Alioski. And he's going, in pool and that. Do you know what I mean? Then fair enough. You know, and I'm pulling on strips saying, here, don't need to turn up today, we're going to batter them. Then fair enough. But I'm entitled to have whatever attitude I want, because I cannot impact how they play. You know, me saying we're going to beat Wigan 4-3, 4-0, you know, I don't think that. You know, I think we'll beat them, and we'll beat them well. It'll probably be 2-0. Nice, comfortable fixture. But I do think, you know, me having that kind of attitude, it just doesn't matter. I wish people, it was like, do you know why? I tell you why it really got to me. One of the lads put out a tweet from after we'd gone on a bit of a run, we'd beaten West Brom, then we put out a tweet saying, you're next, Sheffield United. Just a bit of tongue-in-cheek. That's all it was. Bit of laughter. rightly so, when we got beat, we got absolutely battered by Blades fans. 100%. You're going to get that. You stick your head above the sand, you're going to get it. It's totally fine. It was funny, right? However, when your own fans, who hadn't actually mentioned it when we put it out, but a select few fans, as soon as we'd lost the game, quoted the tweet and were going, I knew this would fucking happen. This is your fault. Well, hang on a minute. So the fact we absolutely battered Sheffield United and Chris Basham got a lucky goal when he slipped on his arse is our fault because we put out a tweet. Have a day off. Do you know what I mean? And that's why it's sometimes social media can be a little bit poisonous, you know? We've all experienced it. But you're entitled to your opinion. It is what it is, you know? So there we go. Yeah. Yeah, I've seen a lot of people need more of these rants. No, it's true though, man. It is true. Bit of Alioski. Yeah, it was so funny, wasn't it? I've seen a lot of comments coming through. What about Alioski, man? When fucking Jansen kissed him and he gave it the old thing. That kid's mental. I seen someone put out on Facebook, I think it was, or it might have been Twitter. It says, we must have one of the craziest defences that's ever been. Because the most sane person is Luke Ayling, and he runs about like he's on a horse when he scores a goal. And that lineup, you had, obviously Cooper was injured, but you had Alioski, you had Berardi, who just will take anyone on. How that kid, it's like he's got fucking special boots on. He was beating Peter Crouch to the headers against Stoke. He was beating Stephen Fletcher's to headers. You know, he'll take anybody on. He'll bite your knees, that guy. You've got Pontus Jansson, who's just an absolute insane man. And then Luke Ayling, the most, you know, sane one out of that back four. And someone said he actually, like, celebrates like he's on a horse, giving it all this. Yeah, it was so funny when I seen that tweet because it's right. But Alioski, yeah, absolute nut job. But he's really endeared himself to the fans. Look, even me, listen, everyone's entitled to their opinion. This is what I always say. You're entitled to your opinion. You shouldn't be hammered for your opinion. And I said Alioski was a weak link. Now, in the left-back position, he's been an absolute revelation. And look at the turnaround that guy has. We're now joking about him in an endearing way because we as fans absolutely love Gianni Alioski. I've actually got a photo with him. It was so funny. It was after one game and I think I'd done something. It might have been for the Football Republic. We'd done me and Oscar and Conor and that, I'd done a piece on Bielsa. And I was walking back and I think he was in a golf, like a little clapped out thing with hat on and that, hiding like this. And our lass went, Alioski's there, so I thought, and I went over and you could tell he didn't want to be seen. And I went, ding, 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 ding. Oh, picture! And he just went, he was fuming like, but fuck it, I was straight over there like that, bam, 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 there's him. But yeah, it is mad, isn't it? So, how much he's changed opinion and he's like a Berardi now, man. I genuinely feel the way he's going, he could have that sort of status because we absolutely love Berardi, but you know, Gianni Alioski's going that way. He's an absolute legend. But anyway, back to your comments. I do apologise, I've gone on a few bits of rant. I was thinking tonight, I'm a bit tired, I'm a little bit under the weather, but this is what I'm saying, you've absolutely put me in a mint mood. And I'll get back to your comments, but it's just love this, man. Claudio says, can you check your watch and tell us what time it is? It's fucking our time, son! We're going up, man! Still pumped. Wayne Titch Jones, have you seen Bogus goal for the under-23s? Oh my god, we got some player there, mate. I haven't, mate. I believe they picked up a point today, wasn't it? Yeah, what a player. I think Mateus Clicker's come out and said that he's much better than he was. So, you know, we must have a player on our hands. You know, this is the thing. I see there was a video that Sky did about Victor Orta and what he's done, but this is what he's done. You know, last season he got a lot of pelters, but you must understand that he was given a remit and he worked with that remit, and there was a lot of shite in the door. Sabicki, you know, Grot's still on our books, and there is still a chance that something may come of Grot. You just don't know. He's still a young lad, but there was a lot of shite there. But one of the good things it is, listen, we didn't have an under-23s. And look at them now, they're absolutely flourishing. And don't get me wrong, a lot of that's to do with the coaching team as well. But again, that's someone that Victor Orta brought in. Carlos Corberan, he wasn't part of Orta's setup, of Bielsa's setup. He was brought in by Orta and the lot. So fair play to them guys. Let's have a look. I'm missing a few of your comments there. Let's have a look. Barkers, would you not switch to the South Stand? Far better atmosphere, mate. I used to be in there in League One days. Like I say, one of the standout memories. I think it was Luton where it might have been Luton where Ankrigan saved the penalty. I was also there that day when Millwall came and did what they did. Right, said Fred. But I'm a bit too old for that shit now. I do go wild, but in there it's just a different kettle of fish, man. Even in the concourse, it's like an away day. You're getting beer thrown about and everything, and I just like to have me tab and have a chat, you know what I mean? I'm too old for that stuff. I'm still contemplating as well, what will I do when my son's old enough to come to the football? Will I take him in the Cop or go in the family stand, in the East stand? But nah, I can't be going there, can I? Not a chance. It's a sacrifice already to not be in the South stand. Listen, I'm not saying you're too old to be in there. I'm just saying me personally. Yeah, it's not for me. Let's have a look. Claudio, what? Dark Destroyer, do you think Bristol City will finish in a playoff position, mate? I didn't. I do now again, but you know, Borough, they might shit house and beat you to the post. And I'm sorry to say, Dark Destroyer, a little part of me wants them to, and the reason being is because of your manager. I think he's a bit of a knob. And you know, I think he'd said before, I don't mind playing Leeds in playoffs. I want Leeds in playoffs. Well, hang on a minute, Lee Johnson. You're not even there yet, and we're going up automatically. So keep your mouth shut. So a little part of me doesn't like him, and that's not against you. It's just my opinion on him. I don't mind Bristol City. You did us a good job against Sheffield United, Wainman, hat trick, unreal. But yeah, I think he might miss out, mate. I know Borough are really shite, but they'll shit house the way in. Let's have a look. Yeah, Quinn. Let's have a look. There's a lot in there saying Norwich is going to shit out, mate, and we're going to win the league. That's from Jake Jervis. Yeah, EFL Championship Tours says Norwich could get promoted if Sheffield United lose on Friday and Norwich win. Harry Burns, who I've met a couple of times at the Peacock, he said, the Peacock is rammed. I was singing on tables out the back with some Irish lad. Bielsa, he comes from Argentina. Yeah, exactly. I know Ben from Talking Shut was going to do a little video for the Leeds TV stuff that we've been doing on social media. And even he said, mate, I was absolutely 3 sheets to the wind. I'd gone to the Peacock and it was just bouncing in there. So you can imagine trying to do a video in there. It'd be absolutely brutal. Mark Gummer, hey Joe, the Dragon Hotel up past Whitehall Road is better than the Peacock. Hi Mark, Mark's a fan of the channel. I've met Mark a few times. Met him at Preston away, top guy. Travels home and away all the way from Newport in Wales. So fair play. Yeah, Ed's just mentioned that we were on TV earlier. Yeah, if anyone in the Leeds area or in the Yorkshire area, if you know, it used to be called Made in Leeds TV. I think now it's just called Leeds TV, bit of a local channel. They've been asking us to do a few clips and whatnot, so it's more like preview, review kind of thing before and after games. So yeah, I think we made it onto the box. I know Oscar, as you all know, has been on Sky a few times. I've been on once myself after Borough. So yeah, it's just amazing, man. It's amazing. Claudio says Total Leeds are one of the best Leeds pages on Instagram. At Total Leeds, give them a follow. 100%. Top guys, and they're gonna be at the Football Blogging Awards. So make sure you give them a vote. Blaze Dragon says, yes, Joe, 4 games left to play. I'm so nervous, man. What do you think will happen in the next 4 games? I think we beat Wigan, we beat them well. I think we pick up a point at Brentford and then we win the next 2. Yeah, I think everyone sees Villa as the massive one, and so do I. It's going to be absolutely huge. They'll probably feel like the Owers one. But listen, Sunday, Ellen Road could be the game that takes us up. We all know in them sort of situations, we always come out on top, in my opinion. If you look at Bristol Rovers, yeah, I just think it's written this time. Nothing's going to deter us. So yeah, do we pick up? Listen, I mean, Bielsa says we've got to win every game. You can't say it's not a possibility. You can't say it's not a possibility. And I was saying to Conor before, yes, we notoriously don't do well at Griffin Park. However, what we need to what we need to think about is this is a totally different team. This is a totally different animal, totally different manager, totally different mindset. Yeah, could we even beat Brentford at their place? You know, they haven't been great, but I think it's their away form shocking as well. I think if they could sort their away form up, they'd probably be up there in with the playoff shout. To be fair, let's have a look. Evan R19, yes, Joe, Leeds are going up. See you in the cop, lad. Yes, mate. Jack Gorthorpe, fucking love you, Joe. Always shout me out, and I love this channel. Keep up the good work. Thank you. Barker says, gutted I've never met you lot. Well, it's about time you got off your arse, mate, and come to see us. Jim Vippers, predictions for Villa at home. I want to get through Wigan and Brentford first, mate. Ed says I'm from the northeast. That's a lie. I'm definitely not, mate. I know my accent's ruined, but I'm actually from Halifax. Cleckuddersfax, as some people like to say. Let's have a look. Sam LUFC, what do you think about Douglas this season? I know he hasn't had much game time, but was expecting more. Yeah, I've said this a lot. To be fair, I've been underwhelmed by him, if I'm being totally honest. Anyone that's watching will just think I'm texting on my phone at this point. I'm just trying to give LUFC fan zone a little bit of love. Do some nice bespoke phone cases, home and away. They also do legends as well, but yeah, I got my own name on there because I've got a big ego. I'm joking. That's what Conor said. Yeah, there's a lot of love in there for Alioski. A lot of people saying don't kiss him. Yeah, Ed makes a good point. Villa aren't flying under Dean Smith. They're flying under Grealish. Yeah, they are a different they are a different animal, and so that's a point. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there about the guy that broke his ankle at the game on Saturday. Oh, it's absolutely mental. We retweeted it out. It was absolutely crazy. Limbs everywhere. But the funny thing is, he's still sat there. I think it was Liam, a lad who fan of the channel, and said he's just sat there with his hand, with his phone still on charge in his pocket, but his ankle's like spun other way around. Barker says Joe needs his dose of nicotine. Mate, I need a fag now, to be fair. It kills me doing this. When I sat there like, because I smoke roll up like, give us a sec. Nah, I'm only joking. Let's have a look. You know what it is? Russ, I see some of these comments in here, and I'm like, what was that about? What was that about? Because I end up so far behind, but I do like to try and give everyone a shout out. Russ Vernon, says, John Egan is only suspended for one game according to the local radio station. Yeah, it's a one-game ban, I believe. Defcon 22 says, if we go up, defo reckon on summer squad change. Don't think you'll see it. And I don't want it to happen. Look at Fulham. Look what Fulham have done. I think Fulham have spent over 100 million, and I think they're the first team to spend over that amount and get relegated straight away. However, look at Wolves. Wolves have an already very good squad, but they've added to it, you know. And I think Bielsa, there's not a chance. If you think Bielsa's going to have a massive overhaul of this squad, nah. If you're expecting massive numbers, you're gonna, you know, you're not gonna like what you see in the summer. But believe me, no one's gonna not stick with Bielsa. But trust me, it wasn't too long ago he was saying the players in this squad could play for his Marseille and his Atletico Bilbao side. So you can't tell me he's thinking, I need to get rid of I need to get rid of him, I need to get that many. Honestly, he won't. And I think that's part of me why Izzy Brown's still with us and hasn't gone back, because I still think he sees a job for him maybe in the Prem after he's done a year of... I know he's on loan, but listen, he'd said before he let Baker go, he said he'd already had a word with Baker to say, I want you to stay with us for the following season. He'd had them conversations with him. So... there's not going to be no big overhaul. Genuinely believe that. There'll be quality added, little bit of magic here and there, but you won't get massive overhaul. I don't believe. Let's have a look. Any news on Cooper? No, not yet. I'm not aware of anything. Benjamin Fortin said he's heard Forest have a decent record at Bramall Lane as well, which would be good. The fact they have Egan, Basham and Billy missing for him is absolutely huge. And there is a shout there for the goal difference as well. There's a lot of love in there for the comments. Super LUFC says he hopes we get promoted before the Villa match. Yeah, I'd like it. I'd like it to happen, and or at least give us the opportunity to get on that pitch at Ellen Road, man. Absolute scenes. Here we go. Let's have a look. Oh, there's a lot of love in there for Alioski as per. Emmett Oliver from Tunbridge Wells. We all love Leeds. Peace out. Ellis B says Alioski's haircut does his head in because he's bald. It just looks like an 80s pop star, doesn't he, Alioski? He's absolutely a European pop star as well, like he should be on Eurovision. I'm going to try catch up to... Barker said just had a Coral ad revenue rolling in. I'm not sure, mate. I don't put them on the live streams, to be honest, so if you are getting adverts, I do apologise. Gary Keys says, you legend, greetings from Warriapa in New Zealand, peace out. Alfie Whiteman says, I'm so worried as I love all the players, and if we did go up, how could we drop any of them? I don't think it's a Premier League team, but they deserve a chance. Revamped crazy gang. They do deserve a chance, and believe me, under Bielsa, they're going to get it. Honestly. Slow Steady Steve says, wow, Joe, what a great crowd you have tonight. I know, I believe. There's like over 230 people. That's absolutely mental. And I've been on for an hour as well. And this is what I'm saying, like, for you to take your time out to sit and just have a chat. But that's all we are doing, right? Like, and that's what's class about it. We're just chatting football. We all have our own opinion. And it's absolutely brilliant. And that's what Leeds fans are, man. Absolutely brilliant. And it's top stuff. So thank you for those that have tuned in. Leeds Media says we still have Sacco as well. So how knows how he turns out if he returns. He won't return. He's poor. I do like Hadi Sacco though, but he's poor. Super LUFC says real fans know the real atmosphere is in the cheese wedge. If you know, you know. I'm not having that, man. All cheese wedge are we. Do you remember they used to put the away fans in there, didn't they? Super LUFC, anyone know who the cheese wedge ultra is? Sorry guys, I do apologise. Right, here we go. There's stuff in there. I'm just rolling through now. You're having conversations between yourselves. I know I don't like too much silence. There's a discussion there about the Dragon Pub and the Whistle Stop. I've been up to the Whistle Stop. It is all right. Let's have a look. Here we go. Ed's on about sorting out a karaoke night or something. I don't know about that much. Callum Wall. Hi Joe, you know that my sister's boyfriend is Jack Clark as he lives in York, my hometown, and I'm getting worried for Leeds losing a match for Sheffield United to catch up, but we are getting close to Norwich. Callum Wall, have a chat with your sister. Tell her to sort Jack out and sort us an interview out, brother. Let's have a look. Berardi scores. We're on the pitch. Yeah, there's a lot of that. I remember. Who was it he scored away against? Was it Newport? Was it Newport? I think. Not Newport. Was it Newport when he scored, and no one went on the pitch? I was wounded. I was absolutely wounded. Yeah. Yeah, there's stuff in there about the fan as well. Yeah, Ed, I know I'm always behind. Listen, I don't care. I'm always behind in the comments, and the reason that's been is because I want to read as many comments out as I can as possible, guys. Mike Turksy says, Joe, shalom from Jerusalem, Israel. That's absolutely amazing. Let's have a look. Rangers says, I wish I could be optimistic like you guys, but for me, every match is like Russian roulette. Yeah, don't get me wrong, we all go through the emotions. It's absolutely brutal to watch, but I'm just positive at the moment. There we go. Yeah, this Leeds media on it as well, saying, yeah, just use the same team. Super LUFC does say, I think we need a top quality striker in the Prem. Roof and Bamford won't cut it. They need to be given the opportunity to, I believe, mate. But I do. That's maybe one point you've got. We need an out and out goal scorer. Yeah, Philip Million. The All Leeds TV vlog showed why we need to be in the Prem. The emotion in the vid. Listen, I work at quite a big place, and there's quite a lot of fans from all. It's quite a big place where I work in Sunderland, and there's fans from all over, and I know Everton season ticket holders, Wolves, Borough, everywhere, Newcastle, nearly everyone I speak to, Liverpool, they all want us in the Prem because of the atmosphere. They're all looking forward to that away day at Ellen Road, and you can't blame them because what a place it is to come. It's the bee's knees. Oh wow, LUFC vlogger, another top kid. He's just said he's just checked, and the last time we beat Brentford at their ground was 1950. I don't know if that's correct. As I say, I'm only going off what's in the comments, but if that's right, then wow. That is some record, isn't it? Let's have a look. Yeah, there's a Scott Lightning, Dan James Milner on a free for a start. Yeah, let's get Del. Sorry guys, I know the stream's just dropped. I hadn't realised my battery's dying. My bad. But back to your comments. Scott Lightning had said Dan James Milner on a free for a start. Yeah, let's get Milner and let's get Delphin as well. Let's have a look. Ryland Windle says, we get promoted against Villa. They score a scrappy goal, then 77 minutes. Janssen scores a bicycle kick. Then 90 plus 4. Kiko scores a header and we invade the pitch. I'm calling it. That's FIFA mode, that boy. Jack Clark, hi guys, just some guy moonlighting as Jack Clark, telling us he's just got back from training and Cooper is working at getting better and will be playing next game with me. Yeah, cheers Jack. Joshua Wallace says, you think we'll be playing Douglas next season when we are in the Premier League? I think there'll be heavy rotation between him and Alioski, I'd imagine, mate. Jason Hill, we were surprise teams in the Prems. Don't think people understand how important how much of an improvement we've made on Bielsa. I agree. Leeds Media have said, anyone actually going to the meetup that Nothing But Leeds is doing? he's trying to sort out a venue out to get a load of fans to watch the game, like the World Cup. I'm not aware of that. Maybe you could get that on Twitter and we can put that out. Yes, Barker's my man. Daz all Leeds Hours has made a funny comment. I won't read it out, just have a look in the comments. Super LUFC, just renewed my season ticket for the Wedge. Used to sit in the Cop, I won't be going back. Is that where it's at? All cheese wedge are we? All Dairy Lee are we? Proper Dairy Lee dunkers. Let's have a look. Cheese, Gromit, cheese. Should Saiz be used next year? No. I feel strongly on that matter. He's a very good player. Yes, we could have had him at times. But no. Bad apple. If you're not going to be at Leeds when you're on the cusp of getting promoted and you want to go back to Spain, nah. Nah, not for me. Not for me, guys. Derek Burgess, Champions League 2021, anybody? Listen, mate, first year in Prem, consolidate, yeah? Second year, UEFA Cup winners, well, qualify, then winners, then we win the Champions League and the Premier League. It's all done. There we go. What happens to Saiz? I don't know, but by all accounts, Taffy don't want him, so there we go. Russ Vernon says he's just checked and LUFC vlogger is correct. 26th of August 1950 was the last time that Leeds United won at Brentford. That's absolutely huge. Wow. That's crazy. But I'm actually at the end of your comments. Wow, what a night it's been. Again, guys, 72 minutes. It's been an absolute pleasure. For those that did the super chat and parting with their own money, again, crazy, but thank you so much for your continued support. Make sure you watch the post-matches if you haven't already. You know, you've got post-match pint with Conor and Oscar, which was absolutely brilliant, and you've got my post-match as well on the game. We've then... You've got your previews that'll be out this week as well. Obviously, the game will be on Friday, so it's highly likely the majority of the previews might go out on Wednesday. But if they don't, you know, just look out for them. Make sure you hit subscribe, like, and have your notifications on so you don't miss a beat. And also make sure you vote for us in the Football Blogging Awards. The link is on social media, on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. We've been nominated for Best New Content Creator. Make sure you also vote for Total Leads in their respective category. Talking shut as well, guys. You know, it's all love. Barker's, there's only one Joe Wainman. Thank you very much, pal. And on that, I'm gonna leave yous because, like I say, it's 72 minutes. Our lass hates Mondays. She proper hates Mondays, but I love it. So it is what it is. Does anyone know that song, Boomtown Rats? Yeah, you'll all be too young, man. Does anyone even know the Boomtown Rats are? Let's see. To my face, you're my man crush, mate, and I don't even know what you look like, but you are. Does anyone know who the Boomtown Rats are? Barkers, thank you, Squire. Michael C's already voted. Cheers. Come on, there's got to be some old people in there. There's got to be some old people in there. Stephen Darcy, you know the Boomtown Rats are. I don't like Mondays. Tell me why I don't like Mondays. Does that... Yes, Craig Stone, he don't like Mondays. People know. Showing me age now. Although, to be fair, it's well before my time. But tell me why I don't like... Yes, people are singing it in the comments, man. That's what it's about. And what's it finish with? I want to shoot. Ooh, the whole day down. Blaze Dragon, since when was Max Branning doing Monday Night Football? Love it. Do you know what? I actually said so. Someone said to me, someone had said I look like Timu Pukki, which was brutal because he looks like a fucking zombie. So people were saying you look like Timu Pukki in the comments, actually, to be fair. And I was wounded. But then I remember someone had said I look like Max Branning when I wore that suit for the transfers deadline day thing. So I actually used that and went, I don't think I look like Pookie. I look more like Max Branning, Housewife's favourite. Do you know what I mean? Max Branning's bad, but Pookie's like the bottom of the pile, so I had to do something. So we'll take that. We'll take that, definitely. Jason Statham, man. Bam! I'm dining out on that. You're not getting better than that. So I'm leaving you guys. But peace out. Thank you so much. As always, make sure you watch the rest of the guys' videos. It's just brilliant, man. I wish I could stay forever, but my throat's hurting. Our lass will be going mad. She'll need cuddles, man. Who doesn't want a Wainman cuddle, you know? From Max Branning. Timu Pookie. Nah, peace out, people. I'm going because I'm rambling and talking shit. But thank you. I'm gonna go have a nice cup of tea and a fag and go get to bed. But I'll see you all very soon. Cannot wait for Friday. Let's turn Wigan over. Hopefully Forest will do us a job and we'll be one step closer to the promised land in the Premier League and a 38-game season with the big boys. Well, there's a few big boys in there, but I cannot wait. Cannot wait. It's our time, guys. What time is it? And I hope when I said that you all went, it's our time. Should we try it again? 1, 2, 3. What time is it? I wonder how many of you did it. I know Barker's did. Anyway,